Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here, and welcome to the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We do that on a regular basis. We do that on a consistent level so that we can help you improve your quality of life, at least somewhat. The way we do that is through an audio format. There's almost 1,200 of these available for your listening pleasure, and we continue to add as often as we can to the content so that you feel like you are A, supported, and B, getting maximum value from the content. So if you're looking for coaching around depression or other mental or emotional instabilities, we'd love to be of assistance to you in that way. A couple ways you can reach out. You can reach out through Twitter at PO Perception. You can also reach out in the About Me section of this YouTube page. All my contact information and other valuable stuff is there. What are some hidden signs of depression or things that people don't consider about depression that they probably could or should that may be helpful with others? The first is feeling like an observer in one's own life. So the depressed individual feels like life is happening to them, not for them, and so they feel often as though they are observing their life but not an active participant in making their own life better. This can be super valuable to understand when a person is normally outgoing and they're open and honest and they're in a good space, but all of a sudden they begin to withdraw at a deeper level than we're used to. That level of withdrawal is a sign of the depression. That level of withdrawal is in the midst of a difficulty and or a way of being kind of, for lack of a better term, mitigated. And so when we begin to kind of look at those levels of mitigation and or just feeling not fully there, that can be a sign that a person is dealing with depression. Another is social withdrawal. So for a person who's struggling with consistent depression, they are often feeling like life and dealing with people in general is exhausting. And so the level of exhaustion, the level of frustration, the level of just tiredness that comes with daily living, but then you add social interaction into it, it becomes so overwhelming that the average person dealing with depression may not realize it, but they are struggling with so many things just to keep basic things going. It can be hard to do basic life skills and self-care stuff, such as, but not limited to, what if somebody is looking at the need for a different struggle? What if somebody's looking at the need for ways to get out of bed or do self-care, get dressed, get up, take a shower, that type of stuff. For someone with chronic depression, those are super, super difficult things, and many people don't realize how difficult those things are on a continual basis. They don't realize the value that's there or the struggle that comes with that, and so that's there. And the level of exhaustion never really goes away. It just kind of shifts. So you might have one day with more energy, or you might start the day with more energy and then feel like you go through an emotional crash. And so people don't realize that you can be sapped of energy if you're dealing with depression super quickly. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're trying to duck out on responsibilities. It also doesn't mean you're necessarily trying to over-exaggerate or get sympathy. And a lot of people think it's about sympathy. A lot of people think it's about, kind of looking at life from a different perspective. But really, it's just actually about trying to get through for simplistic purposes. And that can be overwhelming. The overwhelm of feeling multiple things on one's plate is also a sign of kind of that mental and emotional and kind of, even sometimes for some people, crisis of spirit, like spiritual exhaustion. How do I deal with this? How do I know it's not going to go away. How do I keep the energy going to make sure that it's manageable? How do I find enough peace to keep moving when I don't want to? These are questions that a person who deals with chronic depression deals with on a day-to-day basis, deals with on an emotional level, and ultimately continues to be valuable in order to kind of get things moving. So hopefully this is helpful and continues to be beneficial to you. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.